We talked to some of the folks who actually have been here since yesterday morning, and to just give you an idea, we've had snow, we've had rain. You can tell from the conditions out here, they're a little bit nasty, but these are the kind of Trump supporters who want to show up for the president. If you look at where we're at, this arena holds about 11,000 people. So just to give you a sense, that's a lot larger than what some of the top-tier Democrats have been able to attract so far this campaign season. Take a listen to what a couple of them told me why they're standing in line for so many hours here.
I want to follow my man. He's saving our country. He's doing a good job, and that's why they don't like it on the left.
Who wouldn't want to see the president? He's done a wonderful job. In 2016, he lost the state by 2,700 votes. That's not going to happen this time.
And I think it is interesting that we listened to what Donald Trump said during the campaign. The Democrats hear what he had to say during the campaign, what he campaigned on, and more importantly, Republicans listen and hear what their leader had to say.
Bernie, you're a loser.
And this is what Donald Trump said, and he didn't say it once in the middle of the night. He didn't say it in an interview. This was a central part of his campaign.
One thing about Bernie, he doesn't give up. This guy doesn't give up, right?
Crazy Bernie.
It could be we're going to run against Crazy Bernie. That could be. Could be Crazy Bernie. Bernie is Crazy Bernie. He's searching. Crazy Bernie. You got a choice between Sleepy Joe and Crazy Bernie. Crazy Bernie. Crazy Bernie. He's crazy as a bedbug, but you know, he doesn't quit.
Yeah, that's crazy, Bernie.
He's a crazy man, but that's okay. We like crazy people. Or Crazy Bernie. I tell you, I got to hand it to Bernie.
Got a lot of people running, but only one person's going to win. I hope you know who that person is. Goodbye, everybody.
Crazy Bernie Sanders is surging in the polls in the Democratic Party primary. He calls them the do-nothing party, and he wonders what this means. Stay tuned. Is that it means Donald Trump is going to lose. It means you're going to lose. Donald Trump is going to lose. It means you're going to lose. And it's 100% accurate.
Got on that Richie Cunningham sweater.
Well, the truth is that every credible poll that I have seen has me beating Donald Trump.
Hillary Clinton was winning in the polls, too.
And some of you may have noticed that recently our campaign and me personally have been the target of attacks from Trump and the Republican Party, because they are catching on that our campaign is the campaign that can and will defeat them. So expect to hear a whole lot of lies and distortions coming from Trump, his campaign, and the Republican Party. Donald Trump will not become president. When Donald Trump campaigned in Nevada and all over this country, he talked about being a different type of Republican, a friend of working families.
And I will be your champion. I am your voice.
On May 7th, 2015, in a tweet, Trump said, and I quote, "I was the first and only potential GOP candidate to state there will be no cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. And fast forward to the budget that Trump introduced just last week.
The effort along the southern border.
As you know, criticism is already pouring in from the left. Nancy Pelosi hammering on this budget proposal. She says the budget's a statement of values, and once again, the president is showing just how little he values the good health, financial security, and well-being of our hardworking American families. Less than a week after promising to protect families' health care in his State of the Union address, the president is now brazenly inflicting savage multi-billion-dollar cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. Also pointing out foreign aid being cut by 21%. The EPA would face a 26% reduction in funding, and also cuts to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, 15% cuts there. How do you respond to that criticism?
As it pertains to Medicare and Medicaid, her accusations are totally false. Medicare will grow by 6%. Medicaid will grow by 3%. And we propose reforms that are good government, things like reducing the cost of prescription drug benefits. That's $135 billion. It's something that Democrats have said they're interested in doing it. The president's been very clear. There will be no changes to the benefits of Social Security and Medicare, and this budget complies with that promise to the American people.
The consequence of a delusion, the breakdown that follows after truth is revealed.
Slash his throat! Republican! Slash Republican throat! Slash fascist throat! Get the fascist!
That person's gonna do well in life. Imagine being his parents. I'd make a joke, but I feel sorry for them. It's a breakdown, which you also see on social media, where celebrities resort to all caps insanity in response to cheeky memes. Remember this one? Trump just reposted it, prompting Bette Midler to scream frantically, "You think this is a joke, don't you? It's not. He means it. He will change the rules, and his enablers will let him. If he wins again, he will rule you until he dies. You die, or both, then you get Ivanka. If you're lucky." Of course, that's a joke, but maybe not. At least Ivanka is sane. Midler is so nutty, elephants keep trying to eat her. Meanwhile, after Trump's presser, CNN goes full Freudian.
This was a very disturbing tableau for the country. It was dark because he's made clear that his mind is dark. This is somebody in deep psychological distress right now, self-pitying, insecure, angry.
That's a straight news reporter.
Right.
Once again, CNN's very best become psychiatrists diagnosing mental illness. No surprise, since Harwood is a paranoid narcoleptic who eats his own hair. I'm kidding, but see, anyone can play doctor, especially in times of hysteria, when you see someone else's good time as your bad. Emotion fuels the anger. The media gins it up for ratings, making the hangover worse once the fantasy collapses. It happened before, righteous rage followed by depression, and it'll happen again. But remember, the media and the Dems resorted to similar attacks on Reagan, Bush, McCain, Bork, and yes, even poor Mitt, the dog abuser. But the attacks on Trump are more plentiful and more intense. Why is that? Because he fought back. Remember when people mocked Trump defenders who would say, "But he fights"? Hell, they were right. It's why he's winning and why the other side keeps screaming.